Welcome, everyone. This is the Ends Justify the Memes, the show where the lowest of the low, that is the most wretched of wretched and deplorables to end all deplorables. Two white, heterosexual Christian males from the American South who talk about culture, philosophy, history, health, fitness, and what it means to be a man in the 21st century. I'll be your host, Bill, and this, which way is he? My producer and co-host, Tank. So, guys, crack open a beer and lend us your ear because the ends always justify the memes. So, apparently, we had a false start.
We did, yeah. I did not hit the go live button.
I'm going to change the name of the stream too and put some stuff in there.
Okay.
Because before we get running too far. Tank, say something. Talk
What's
about
up?
your day.
My day was boring, and I almost fell asleep in the car on the way home. And that was my day. That's all I do. I did get home and make me a grapefruit and rum cocktail. Sun's out guns. Yep. Osis is here.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone in the chat is late and gay.
Yeah, well, we're starting off real professional too, so. I mean, I don't mind if they don't.
Well, this is the best they're getting, so they better
not. There you go. This is all you got. Just some good old boy.
Woo!
You gotta be careful when you say stuff like that. People think the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Them Yankees, they don't know. All right. Done tinkering around. Yeah. Best way to start your stream is near dead silence for
45 minutes
straight.
Osis just told us he bought 2 PSA rifle kits over 4th of July. Is that Palmetto State Armory, I guess is what he means? Is it a pistol, Osis, or did you get the rifle? My buddy built a PSA AR pistol recently. I can't believe you found it. How'd you find 2 kits? I thought everybody was out.
I've seen stuff here and there, man. I was talking about PSA the other week, and I was telling Yiz, but she was wanting a 308, and it's like, okay, well, you can, AR-10s are more expensive, but I'm seeing PSA has some good sales on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they had tons, 400, but that's not bad.
Yep.
No, I'm in California. And AR pistols aren't allowed in California, really? Man, you gotta fucking move, Osis.
I know. It's crazy. Hey, Tank, why don't you play the intro to the Memecast news, man? We'll get started.
Hey!
It's the 7th of July recovery stream. Actually, my 4th was quite uneventful, but we didn't really hit up on it much last week, and I didn't think about it much. I just had a baby. She is now 2 weeks old. So 2 Wednesdays ago, about 20 minutes from now, she was being birthed into this earth. So here you go. Made me forget about 4th of July, sort of. Of course, we didn't really go out or do anything. So let's have a catch up of the 4th of July, Tank. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Let's go down the real fake news history. By the way, just as the general American spirit, if you think you need the government's permission to have a barbecue or hug a relative, you're an idiot. This is America. Act like an American.
Do you really believe there are people out there that didn't hug their relatives for a year?
I do.
I know people said that. I'm glad I've never met anyone like that. I don't know. I don't know what I would say to them. Like, what do we do?
I don't know. All I know is, yeah.
Yeah, well, it did. You know, when Washington crossed the Delaware,
Across the Delaware.
that's when it started.
Happy Independence Day. Turn in your guns and pay insane taxes to cover our reckless debt. LOL, screw you.
I should dress like that. I want a tricorn hat.
Happy Treason Day, ungrateful colonials.
Wait. Would you consider the 4th of July and the coming war an insurrection? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, yeah. Of course so.
Someone on Twitter, someone was like the other day was like, talking about Ashley Babbitt or something, like after somebody said something like, we should build a statue to Ashley Babbitt. Someone said, we don't celebrate insurrectionists in this country. I was like, bro, the 4th of July was 2 days ago. What the fuck? What do you mean?
That's why I told people, I'm like, you got it backwards, guys. Like, the founding fathers were leftist. It's just they didn't want to keep necessarily going that far left, which is why they wrote down a constitution that was supposed to be really, really hard to change. And we just decided to ignore all the rules to it and change, do whatever we want. So, yeah. Anyways, hey, by the way, psst, you're celebrating the 4th of July because citizens were armed.
Well, yeah. No, there's people that believe that, I don't know where this comes from, but that citizens didn't have the right to own guns until, who's the Supreme Court Justice? Scalia? Scalia, yeah. They're like, oh, he expanded the right to own arms. And I'm like, no, that's not at all what happened. It's completely wrong.
Indeed. Indubitably, one might say. Remember the kids? Remember kids, not remember the kids. That's something a lefty would say. Remember the children. Leave Budweiser and a rifle out for Kid Rock tonight, or he won't bring you any fireworks.
That's some Kingsford competition charcoal.
Yeah. I said these memes would have been better last week, but
well, I'm still in the spirit.
Yeah, there you go.
I went floating on July 4th, and
that's right. I'm in the spirit too, dude. My hair's been growing out. I've been thinking about doing this.
Hell yeah.
I'm all set up. I'm all rip roaring and ready to go. Look at that detail in his hair.
Did he give himself a sunburn on purpose?
That's how you get it done.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
That's how you get it done.
Not enough stars, but that's fine.
Yep. That's because it's, America, right?
Terrorists, your game is through. 'Cause now you have to answer to America. Fuck yeah. So lick my blood and suck on white America. Fuck yeah.
That dude was getting it.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Just to remind you all, turn in your guns and pay insane taxes and cover our reckless debt. Yeah, F you.
Yeah, fuck off.
Independence Day. That's right. The original assault rifle banned from import. British attempt confiscation, then revolution.
Wow.
The holiday you're celebrating only exists because people were armed.
Most of the people that are against guns were not celebrating the 4th of July anyway.
Yeah,
76.
Tis very true, Tank.
I'm going to bring back the tricorn hat. Everybody's going to log on one day and I'll be doing the stream in the tricorn.
I never heard it referred to as that. Is that its proper terminology?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a tricorn hat. Yeah, tricorn.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't know they were called that.
What'd you think they were called? Freedom hats?
I don't know. I didn't know they had some special name, man.
I
Give me a
mean,
break. Hey, so here comes the next one. We're going to give one to the Brits because they made a great song. They are, legendary rockers. You might remember this old tune.
There was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving orders to his men.
I guess there was a million.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Find the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
And there I see a little keg, its head were made of leather. They knocked a bolt with little sticks.
To call the men together, Yankee Doodle, keep it.
well, yeah.
That's enough of that. Enough of that. This is better. Wait, it started weird. I don't know why it started weird.
Hey, asshole! Oh, shit!
That was an insurrection. You're
Yes.
inciting violence.
Yes, this is actually what happened.
Belize was 1980 something, so
Yeah.
but they don't really hate Britain. They still have the Queen on their money, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, like Canadians.
Yeah, Canadians.
Then we have a famous quote.
Tax this dick. Hell yeah.
And you know why one would be able to say that, Tank?
Mm-hmm.
Something like this.
Where are these guys getting these Gatlin Roman candles at?
I don't know. I suppose you build them. I don't know. Not that we endorse that or anything,
I do, but yeah.
YouTube. Okay, Tank does wholeheartedly. Only under supervision. But yeah, we have a very long line, of course, of warriors in the United States. We're actually a nation forged on war. It's something like we had this Roman spirit that came through the English Empire into us as we conquered. So it's quite interesting. I do know this. Most of us don't want to mess with anybody else, but it's kind of something like this right here.
We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
I don't really fuck with nobody. Now they all mad, they can't stop me. Give a fuck if you got me. Bitch, I still know they all watching. Bitch, we all know they still watching. We can see it in the comments. I don't really fuck with you, shawty. Now I know she mad, she can't got me. Give a fuck, bitch, I got it. Everybody know that I got it. Everybody know that I'm solid. You can see it in my wallet. Running through bands on the daily. Running through racks.
That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope, but It's hard with all the cuckening that the military's been through. It's hard for me to enjoy it to its fullest.
Well, and I don't want to endorse the military industrial complex so much, but those that serve and the veterans and the tradition of the volunteer military, which of course our nation hasn't always been great on, but and would be wonderful if we could go back to the non-standing army thing, but
Right.
I don't think that would ever happen. That'd be giving up way too much power.
Well, here's the beauty of it. Hold on, let me get the banner ready. When
Val.
when the country collapses, all this cool firepower, we'll probably be able to buy it if we can get together. So just something to consider, guys. Save your gold. All of the birch gold that you bought on the whims of Ben Shapiro, keep it on hand in case an Apache comes up for sale.
Look, old Zach Horton in the chat.
Oh, Val's here.
Josh.
Everybody's
Val.
late and gay.
Liberty or death.
Gay.
Hey, don't watch the first 2 minutes of the stream. All right.
Yeah, we had a little little trouble.
Matt's here. Okay. Cool.
Gang's all here.
Free can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
That was pretty. Yeah, see, these are dope as shit, but like I said, it's hard to fully enjoy them because I've already swallowed the black pill on the military, but
again, all the veterans you got to think of the wars that we've been at for the last 20 years, Tank. Most of those folks are patriots.
yeah,
Most of them are. And it's only the ones that cucked out that are still in.
mm-hmm.
Right? Or at least that's what they're trying to do. I'm not saying there aren't, good people in the military, but it's hard once the people in power get to be corrupt, right? The people at top, because they suppress those who don't obey.
Right.
Like good leadership does wonderful things for morale and, getting things done efficiently. But poor leadership doesn't care. It's about, its own interest, and usually it ends up crushing the people and seeking its own interests. So,
Mm-hmm.
which is why we shouldn't seek that or wish that for government for us.
There's some random Fallout stills in there.
Well, this last one here, I think everyone can appreciate quite well. Everyone who's a liberty-minded individual.
18th floor. Going down.
Where is this?
Don't know. It's like a hotel or something. It's an older video.
Yeah, that
I mean, if that doesn't inspire you though,
Yeah.
I saw something the other day. I can't remember where, about a crowd spontaneously singing together. I think maybe Matt covered it. No, would that be right? He wasn't on Sunday. I don't remember who covered it. Someone covered like some people in this random mall or something started singing the national anthem together in unison. So,
Mm.
but I thought this was appropriate. Either way. A Walmart in Texas, Val. Appreciate that.
It was in a Walmart. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. I did see that one. You know, no one randomly sings together anymore. Like there used to be like pub songs. Like I go to bars all the time, and no one's fucking singing.
We did that like flash dance stuff or whatever that's called.
I would rather sing, but I
Yeah.
mean, depending on how gay the dance is, I may do it.
We used to go to Carolyn, I think.
I only do the gayest of dances. Yeah, I mean Carolyn's cool, but it's like it's a little intrusive because you're busting up on somebody's door. But like, if people start if everybody in a bar starts busting out in a song, that's fun. Like the 3 times it's happened in my life. But yeah, it's kind of sucks. People don't. It's not like a cultural thing anymore.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, people used to tell stories that way. It's one of the
Yeah.
ways they memorize things. You know, I mean, I know it's part of your religious services, but
Mm-hmm.
and for a lot of Christians, singing is, but it's disconnected from the Bible, right? It's not quite like the songs. A lot of the Christian songs people sing, depending on if they're contemporary or not, they're basically a bunch of like nonsense. They don't teach anything. They don't help you learn anything or memorize anything. It's just to be, as they would say, in the spirit.
Mm-hmm. Valjean says, not to Sweet Caroline. If you go to those dueling piano bars and they play Sweet Caroline, everyone will bust out for Sweet Caroline. I did not hear Sweet Caroline until I was about 25. So it's not really part of my culture. I'm more of a Leonard Skinner type.
I kid you. I kid you not. When I was in the Marines, I think we were coming back from being on, a training week out in AP Hill or something in Virginia. And we were on the bus and we're all scruffy because we hadn't showered in a couple days. And there's these girls like driving beside our bus, and this guy in my platoon kept flirting with her. And we all sang, you lost that loving feeling to her. And he got her number and he actually dated her for a while. So there you go.
The bar skanks can't sing when their mouths are full. The bar skanks don't have to sing. The dudes being serviced can sing for them.
All right. That's enough of that. Enough of that nonsense. Got memes here. It's funny though, because the South tried to have its independence.
See, now we're getting into my territory.
Oh, you're gonna love this one, Tank.
What in the unsweet tea drinking, bagel eating, priest driving, Fraser watching, John Denver's real country, heat stroking 85-degree northern shit is this? Dude, yes. We used to quote this exact meme at people when they would do like Yankee shit.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
If you celebrate the 4th of July full blown without zero hesitation whatsoever, you're either a white supremacist, a raging drunk partier, a hillbilly redneck, an ignorant, uneducated child, or all the above.
I am all of the above.
Yeah. I'm just here like. And that's like the same chick that's every normal person. Mimiani. Cars go bruh. Marriage. Babies. And then it's like, check out these normies obeying their assigned roles without realizing it. Isn't it us against the world, baby?
What the fuck? I know a girl looks just like that too.
No doubt.
Spitting image.
You still wouldn't pass on it though either. So
I do have some standards. Damn it.
Same kind of person. Nothing portrays smash capitalism like a sticker on your $1,000 piece of machinery while virtue signaling in a mask pushed on you by a corporate media as you drink a $6 coffee and a Make It Global franchise, you little rebel.
It's all a fucking LARP. It's all a LARP. What?
Why everything costs money? Oh, that's what it comes down to. California edition Bible, by the way, folks. You are Texan, but we do not grant you the rank of Texan. This is outrageous. It's unfair.
Oh, man.
These are the same people, though, that are fleeing, right? This countryside, and I'm not a redneck.
Yeah, oh my God. So there's this term that I don't think I coined it, but it's called urban cope, where these guys just try to make it out like living in the city is great, and it's absolutely soul crushing. The kind of people that don't visit their family for a year and a half because of the coof are the kind of people that live in $4,000 a month studio apartments in the city.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and they're actually more susceptible because they're in the closed-up areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. They don't think much through, I don't believe. But who knows? Maybe they can get everything delivered and stuff as well.
I had a buddy. I was talking to him actually a couple days ago, and he's been living in. He was living in Richmond in Richmond for a couple months before they bought a house outside of Richmond. And he's not from the city. He's like he's from like my area, like in the rural countryside and stuff. And he was like, I'll tell you, after 2 weeks, all of the glamour of living in a city is completely done. He's like, I was over it. I never want to be. He's like, I never want to live in a city again. And he was only there for like a couple months, so it's rough.
Yeah, you won't believe how far into this millennial homeowner piece it takes for us to mention their inheritance. That's also another problem. Those millennials don't own homes; they haven't been buying them, and
yeah. And they're probably, I mean, housing prices in a lot of areas are pretty outrageous. But
there's a bubble and it's being inflated right now. So
I'm lucky I got my house when I did, because the values probably go way up.
Right.
So I don't know. I might sell it. We'll sell it. If it doubles in price, I might sell it and buy something else.
Did you, have you seen this? Podshare, Los Angeles.
What the fuck?
Slave quarters, Mount Vernon.
Oh no!
But think about this, because this is stuff that's like eco-friendly, man, and all this. You think that's not what they're going after?
Yeah, for sure. That looks. I've stayed in third world hostels that are better than that.
Absolutely, dude. I've stayed in like, I don't know, rinky-dink cabins better than that. They were like, I don't know, like summer camp type cabins or whatever. I don't know, with like racks and all that stuff, bunk beds. Orwellian double speak of the New World Order dystopian police state. Also, why us Brits give an F about defending freedom of speech in the only country that has it in its constitution. I think this was on the Quite Frankly server. Says, I love you, Franklies, but I thought it was good. Hair of the dog for the hangovers shine on anyways. Freedom of expression. Exercise of this human right carries with its duties and responsibilities and may be subject to formalities, conditions, restriction, or penalty as they are prescribed by law.
Mm.
England's there. Speaking of being there,
Oh yeah, it's there.
yeah. Chinese Communist Party is about to turn 100, but Z will be the real star.
100? 1949. Yeah, I guess
No,
so.
I know.
Wow.
For some reason, CNN ran a story about it, though.
Yeah.
All right, so I got the majority of those videos up. Next one, you can give me a second. You ready?
House ad goes up 20 minutes later. Oh.
Like, I never got Hulk Hogan's thing as a wrestler.
What's not to get?
I mean, he just like body slams and like,
The atomic leg drop?
oh yeah, he drops his leg on people. He clotheslines them and slaps them on the chest.
Yeah.
Not really sure what.
That is very phallic. Whoa.
All right. Feminism let women become whatever they want, and so many of them still picked prostitution. My bad. I meant entrepreneurs.
Oh my God. Matt says house ad goes up 20 minutes later. Sold sight unseen. Real estate scene is insane right now. No
Yeah.
shit. There is a
That's because of brokers and stuff. That's because of big companies. That's not because of people.
there's a couple lots about 20 minutes outside of where I live. This guy bought up like a small piece of land, like not even a quarter acre. It's not even the size of my yard. And he put 3 houses on it in a flood zone. They all went sight unseen for $250,000 each. Like it's absolutely ridiculous.
Here we have Twitch. Perhaps there's some video game streams in here. Of course, Smithers just walked into a demented resident's room and she said, "Who's the whore? Why are you wearing this makeup when you have to wear a mask and you're working in a resident home?"
Oh God.
One of these standards changed that women had to always be wearing makeup. So I'm saying,
They say it's for men, but I don't believe it.
no, it's definitely not. Feminism is just a long con by the patriarchy to allow men to take their final form as stay-at-home gamers by convincing women that taking on more responsibility is empowering and liberating. I know. No one will believe her.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, so that's Anna Kachayan, and she does a podcast with a girl named Dasha. They're both like Russian immigrants or something, called Red Scare. It's actually like it's a leftist podcast. They're both
I figured that.
left, but she's actually like one of the more sane leftists.
I figured you were going to tell me that too.
Yeah. Not you should really. I mean, the podcast is kind of for women and gay guys, so it's not much to listen to, but they do have pretty funny Twitters.
Well, there you go. Funny Twitters, folks. The sentence "don't objectify women" has women as the object of the sentence.
Ooh.
Can't deny it. What else we got? Keep on moving.
Want to know what fucking sucks? I'll tell you what fucking sucks. Shoveling a ton of gravel. That fucking sucks. The whole entire time I'm shoveling, all I'm thinking is, who the fuck are the women that want equal rights? The women's movement. Who wanted to do the man's work? Because I fucking didn't. I'd rather be inside making sandwiches and serving iced tea. Fuck this bullshit. I don't want to be equal. I don't want any part of being equal. I will make sandwiches. I will cook dinner. I will wear an apron. I will clean house. I'll vacuum. I'll do whatever I gotta do to keep from fucking shoveling rock. And the difference between TikTok and Facebook is after I get this shit done, I'm going to get on Facebook and brag about everything I accomplished and how fucking happy I am. But just know the truth. I'm pissed. I'm not happy. It doesn't make me feel good. No part of it. Don't want to do it.
Okay, so she's either East Tennessee or maybe North Georgia, based on her accent.
That's a good guess.
Matt says, "Marry me, bro." There's a lot of women out there for you like that. I can point you in that direction.
Yeah, there are plenty of based women. Just to point you in a direction about some stuff too. I watched Fit and Fresh on Tim Pool last night, and it was a pretty good conversation. They brought some things up, and Tim talked about maybe having Rollo Tomasi on, which would be very good for a lot of young men to hear that perspective, I would say. Anyways, sexual racism is racism. If you're white and you find yourself writing off an entire ethnic group from dating or sex life because you can't imagine finding them attractive, recognize that this as a learned behavior which originates in white supremacy. Here's more info. I've made up a lot of excuses for women not wanting to have sex with me. None of them have ever been this elaborate.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to. I don't know. What do you say to that? Like, how do you?
Look, Simba, everything the light touches is now racist.
Except the elephant graveyard.
You getting autistic about the movie or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's my favorite movie.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of my favorites. 1.5's better, but I do like it.
All right. Well, let's see here. White people be like, gotta help the minorities.
Yeah, right.
Chelsea Handler swears off dating white man. Too many bad apples spoil the collective. What?
I mean, who was dating Chelsea Handler anyway?
I know. I like if that's white privilege or something to date her. I wouldn't want to date her. I like it's not white. Well, I don't know. Why am I connected to all the other white men? I don't know.
All that matters is that you're not connected to Chelsea Handler.
There you go. That's probably a good thing, right? Gotta love America. White privilege fee.
What the fuck? Is that real? That can't be real.
Cannot confirm. Cannot confirm. This is the real fake news, though. 2 extremist Manhattan attorneys who firebombed an NYPD cruiser get to keep their law license, but Rudy Giuliani can't. This is absolutely insane. I don't know where my white privilege is at. I mean, I feel like I've looked for my card, my white privilege card, and I can't seem to find it. And I'll tell you, Tank, if I could find that card, it would be awesome because it's kind of upsetting. It's my favorite.
You get a discount at Arby's.
Dude, it was awesome. Awesome. Everyone treated me nicer. I got I moved to first class every time I fly. I would just be like, here's my card.
Card does not meet community standards.
All white creatures. Doesn't meet the standards. They banned it. Banned. Which is why I say when someone who believes in mystical powers of white privilege calls me a conspiracy theorist, I'm like, okay, dude.
Why does Chelsea Handler look like a Rob Halford? Why does Chelsea Handler look like a Rob Halford? Woo!
Riddle me this, Tank. What if I told you that 97% of the people killed by police in the U.S. are male, proving that police are sexist against men? That's impossible. The reason men are killed more by the police is because they commit more. Aha.
Oh, goodness. Are we going to FBI chart post now? Is that what's going to happen?
Maybe. I don't know. I just think that we men are in desperate need, you know. And society's like, hey man, you're supposed to come out like that. I don't think it works that way. And then you got people who are insane or afraid to say anything like that's going on because, well, you know, it hurts men. Or sorry, it hurts women or something like that. Or same with the race thing, you know, if you're talking, if people are like white positive or whatever, I don't like that language per se myself, but when you use it, I know what you mean. And I don't think you mean anything bad by that, you know? Just like saying black or Tank positive or gay positive. Gay pride, Tank. You have lots of gay pride, don't you?
I do.
There you go. But guys, masculinity isn't toxic. The absence of it is. Weak men are abusive and spiteful. Strong masculine men are protective and loving.
Yeah.
But you know what, Tank? After that lesson there, it's July 1st, so time to get your pride out of the way. Stop being gay. It's over. All right.
I'm only gay for 1 month of the year.
Gay for the stay, huh?
Oh my God, that's prison terminology. Oh my God, straight at the gate.
Little secret, guys. Some guys get locked up just so they can be gay for the stay for a month or two.
Women too.
Yeah,
I've seen that happen a few times.
yeah.
I mean, not in person because I don't want to do that much paperwork, but you know.
Yeah. And corporations on July 1st be like Milo Yiannopoulos, former homosexualist, reformed sodomite.
He looks good with that haircut. I like that. And the pit vipers. I like that. That's a good look on him.
So long, gay boys. Toss that out. LGBT month is over. Stop being gay. All except for football. Football is gay. Was gay long before they came out of the closet. And look what else is turning gay. Boy Scouts lost 2 million members since lifting ban on gay youth now mired in sex abuse claims.
Ooh.
Here's an interesting tidbit. This was from a few years ago, but Finnish court rules sex with children is permitted. Finland Supreme Court has ruled that sex with a child as young as 10 is not rape if you come from a culture where sexual relations between adults and children is normal. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's little.
Not okay.
Whoa.
Maybe
Finland?
puberty.
Why Finland? Why are Finland going this route? Like I could see like I don't know, Germany or something.
Probably certain immigrants that they're trying to cater to.
I thought Finland was pretty based.
So did I, but I don't know what that's about. It could be other groups.
Mm-hmm.
Other groups that you're not thinking of. Honey, I found a picture of your grandfather. 2090. Honey, I found a picture of your grandfather.
Is that Tsar Nicholas on the left?
Probably.
Would you smash though?
He's a handsome devil. All right. Next one. So I have sound for everybody. It's video file. And there she is.
Burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals.
What the hell?
Do you not see? These days, the narrative is that transgender people will come into the bathrooms and abuse little girls. The supposed purity of the victims has remained stagnant. There are no princesses. Little girls are also kinky.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Your kids aren't as straight and narrow as you think.
Burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals.
Oh, my God. That's
There you go.
That is. Ugh.
That is a meme. Fun fact. Between the 1940s and the 1980s, millions of pregnant women were given a drug called DES, as it was thought to prevent a miscarriage. It is a synthetic estrogen, and they were given so much so, and in a small survey much later on, and the DES sons, men born to mothers who took the DES pregnancy, had a 77% likelihood of identifying as transgender, intersex, or gay. Now, it was a small sample, it says, but there were animal studies that it did do this. Excuse me.
Was it studies done on frogs?
I don't think so. Anyways, on a little bit different, we're going to get into some of the political news. None of that was political before.
No, that was just all. That was all just 4th of July shit.
We're gonna get into we're gonna get into POTUS a little bit. POTUS. Potato us. POTUS. A July 4th message from Joe. Merry Christmas. There you have it. So from the White House, planning to cook out this year, catch up on the news. According to the Farm Bureau, the cost of the 4th of July barbecue, or the cost of the 4th of July barbecue, is down from last year. As a matter of fact, you must hear. What a great one. Hot dog, the Biden economy plan is working. And that's something we can relish.
Okay, 1, that's bullshit. Okay. 2, and this is the most important part of this. Burgers and hot dogs and corn on the cob and mashed potatoes are not a fucking barbecue. A barbecue is where you stick a fucking pig in the ground all day and you get drunk with your buddies and then the meat falls off the bone. This is cultural appropriation and I will not stand for it.
There you go. When you save the peasants 16 cents on their barbecue this weekend.
Oh my God.
So brave.
The empire has fallen.
It's so noble. He's just regal. We should make him emperor for life. And that way when he dies in a year, Kamala can be his replacement, right?
Yeah.
Or Hunter. He'll be a good pick. He seems like a good upstanding citizen. The cost of the 4th of July cookout in a 2021 is down from last year. Whoa, this is worthless.
Does 16 cents even have the same buying power it had last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say right here.
Yep.
I don't think so. I think like the price of everything's gone up 16 cents. At least. Gas has for sure. Gas is almost doubled since about what it was last year.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I haven't been bringing them up, but I have all kinds of memes about the price of wood and all that stuff. But just, I think most people know the general presence of inflation is around. What's interesting that I made the comment about Biden dying off, though, is I did see a thing where what was it? Was it Carter? I can't remember. It was one of the presidents was talking to the school class. I saved it. I got it somewhere. But and he was talking about how we would get a female president. And they said that there would be a president and a vice president, and the female would be the vice president, and the president would die in office. And after that, it would only be women that would basically be the presidents because no one else would vote for anything else.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, Anil Psaki says everything President Biden does and says is deeply thought out and measured intelligently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it now? You see, now Trump used to say shit like this, like just off the wall, retarded shit. And of course, it was funny when he said it, but you know, the media would drag him for shit like that. I mean, that like all them articles I saw about like Donald Trump has told 500 gorillion lies since July or whatever. It was always like little bullshit that didn't matter. Where are those articles now? Of course, I'm yelling to the void here because there's no reason for me to expect for this stuff to get treated equally. But you know what? I'm just bitching at this point, so fuck it.
Yeah, I see Matt's talking about the hackers, the Russian hackers. So Opasaki says, we'll be going door to door to Americans who have not been vaccinated. The door-to-door COVID vaccine guy halfway through his shift. She'll visit your house herself. Look at that. When the Moderna witnesses are coming up the driveway.
Oh shit, that's a Fed post.
We're not endorsing violence. We're just saying that there are some gun nuts out there. You never know. People be afraid they're getting Waco'd and stuff.
Yeah.
We will be going door to door to Americans who have not been vaccinated. Hi, how are you doing today? Have you been vaccinated? Take care. Bye now, then.
Yeah, that's not going to go over very well. I don't think they're actually going to do that. I mean,
I don't think so either, but the memes are lit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I'm a pacifist, so like, whatever. And they're funny to me. And obviously, at some point, someone's going to snap. Or we'll have a case like, you know, old Kenosha Kyle, where someone's going to have to defend themselves. I mean, we've seen that a little bit, but it's when it's against the federal government, it'll be a really bad time for anybody else who's liberty-minded.
Yeah.
You know, versus like a random black person or Antifa member or BLM. I mean, not really the answer, but anyways, still funny.
we got a entropy from Sam Nope for $3. Being Irish, I think I'm owed reparations from your gays for cultural appropriation of our rainbows. You're looking for a pot of gold now, and it's just full of dildos and fetish gear. Okay. I think you're owed reparations too.
Well, there you go. When someone shows up at your door talking about mandatory vaccinations.
Oh, shit. We're Fed posted everywhere now.
Got to get them early. Federal Vax Goon Squad visits are the dry run for gun confiscations. Told you to have that banner ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here I'm fucking up. Here we go. Here we are.
There you go.
Should I just keep it up at this point?
Yeah, we're like on the last one.
Okay.
So when do I start talking guns? or start taking guns. Let me screw it up, of course. So when do I start taking the guns? That's the deep part. You don't. All right. We're good now. For the cameras. Not for the cameras. Funny how that works.
Yeah, you know. They got to hug it out, though. It's
They got to be good
important.
examples of what to do for the rest of the folks.
Mm.
Anthony Fauci said that any criticisms of him are, quite frankly, attacks on science. I am the science. So now that he has declared that he is the king of science, Tank, I think we should take his advice. And it says Michelle Obama's ballsack sweat cures the coof.
Well, why is his eyes so close together?
I don't know. Meanwhile, in Chicago, just a quick reminder for the weekend, remember to wear a mask to ensure you're keeping yourselves and others safe while shooting at each other. No joke. 78 people shot in weekend gun violence in Chicago, a third of them from 4 mass shootings.
Oh, wow.
Within hours Sunday night, 2 of the mass attack killed 2 women and wounded at least 17 other people on the South Side. That was the 28th of June. You probably didn't hear about that in the mainstream media or anything about mass shootings.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. So they're going to implement this new policy in Chicago because of this. And they're going to have new school buses.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I want a job as the gunner.
Right? You smoke some gangbangers. Pretty much, I feel like at this point, it'd be safer if the coronavirus held a conference telling us how it's going to save us from the government.
I'm at the very least willing to listen.
Yes. And especially when this is going on as well. Like, I know they have to get ready, but, the American nurses are preparing for long battle with the Delta variant as infections surge. And speaking of which, there's some eyewitness testimonies to this. My test has come back positive this afternoon. So now having to self-isolate for 10 days, that's with 2 vaccinations, social distancing, masks, and lots of hand gel. Please be careful, everyone. This is not over.
I went to the bar last week and I'm fine, so I don't understand.
I've been living my life pretty normal the entire time, other than just going out less, because there wasn't just stuff to do per se, but we were definitely doing stuff. And here, so apparently I don't have a cold, tested positive for the coof. Yes, fully vaccinated. Yes, wear my mask and carry hand sanitizer. So far, things are manageable. Yeah, because you got a sniffle. Mostly, I'm just mad that despite precautions, someone around me wasn't doing their part.
My God.
You can't with these people.
If you have on a mask and all this bullshit, and you get in, say, an Uber, and your driver's wearing a mask, and you both got a mask, and you both got the windows rolled up, and you're breathing in that car, if he's got COVID, you're probably going to get COVID. That's just how it works. It doesn't matter if you got all this mask and shit isn't going to save you. And it doesn't matter because you're not going to die anyway. I saw a thing what was it? I think it was an article or something, I think yesterday on Twitter, and they were saying, the science is clear. You either get the vaccination or you get COVID. Okay, and at this point, I've been in contact with 250 people that's had it. All of them are alive. So I don't understand how people are so scared of this thing, especially anyone that's not already And I mean, if you're 300 pounds and diabetic and 65 years old, yeah, I might be a little worried.
Well,
but
yeah, that's what I've said from the beginning. We know the at-risk group. We knew everything we needed to know at the beginning. Now, there's more to learn about this apparently, and a lot of that is the lab origins. But again, they had the genetic code early, supposedly. There was a story now that what was it? Was it the NIH? They deleted the code they originally got because Wuhan asked them to.
yeah.
The NIH. So
What I saw a poll somewhere too that were saying this is pretty eye-opening. It was broke up by like political affiliation. It was Democrat or liberal, conservative, and other or something like that. And it asked them a question. One of the questions was, of the people that get coronavirus, how many have to be hospitalized? And liberals said something like 50%. Like, these are the most propagandized people on the planet that think
Right.
that there's that 50%
they
of the
don't
people.
know, they don't know a single person.
Yeah.
Like I know of very few people that have been hospitalized. I have one family member that has died with it, I would say, though,
hmm
not necessarily because of it, or if it was because of it, it just accelerated what was going to happen, a little bit sooner. And really, I'm pretty sure he had pneumonia, and that's really the thing that generally kills you.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Make-A-Wish Foundation to grant wishes only to terminally ill children who are fully vaccinated. That's the evilest thing I can imagine.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's pretty evil.
Yeah.
I know you're dying, but you better get the vaccinations so you don't die of COVID.
Right.
Don't talk to me unless you're gigavaxxed. Wow.
Gigavax. It was nice of the Delta variant to wait until the end of Juneteenth and Pride Month.
Thank God.
It's awesome, wasn't it? And then here you have the...
Oh, I saw this shit today.
Yeah. Or bot phenomenon, one way or another.
Holly's here. Look at that.
Holly finally showed up.
Late and gay.
The latest and the gayest.
I just got home from work. Excuses.
We don't care. If you want to come on, though, you could always do that. If, I'm not telling you have to. But you could come on if you wanted, Holly. Until then.
Exposure to true information does not matter anymore. A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him. Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he is going to receive a kick in his fat bottom.
Yeah, I mean, generally.
Oh my God.
I got the vaccine last week because I care about the people around me. Well, you have a huge heart. I know, right? No, I mean, you're suffering from an effing heart inflation. It's a side effect. And been more and more cases. It's still a low percentage, though. It's not like a ton of people, but still, it's alarming. A story worth following. A word I shouldn't pronounce. Whose scientists face death penalty. India could be the first country to sue a WHO scientist for advising against a certain potential treatment that's controversial. The Indian Bar Association has initiated proceedings.
It's pretty wild that India can sue someone if they're found guilty. You can get the death penalty over a lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean, what if they sued the CDC?
Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, that's that whole the word we shan't say is the whole reason why Claire Lehman of Quillet fame and Brett Weinstein are having a tuffle on Twitter.
Ah.
If we get through with the memes,
Yeah, well, I knew about sort of his position, but I know that he got struck by YouTube. So yeah, but I also know, there's a lot of extremism out there, so got to be careful. Facebook told me it's you, it's me, it's everybody. Report yourself. Look, everyone, this guy is a violent extremist. See, nobody cares. Nobody cares, Mark. Nobody cares. Me and the boys at the work crime trial, when they start presenting my memes on screen as evidence. Seriously, because what am I doing? I'm laughing at memes. If you love freedom, think an extremist.
There's the tricorn hat. There it is.
Tricorn. Become the extremist Facebook warned you about.
Oh shit! Is this we're bordering Fed post territory again here?
Abolish the Fed.
Like, what if I had to go to court, right? And like I was standing trial, and someone brought up this video, and had to say, "Hey, the dude in the sleeveless Legend of Zelda shirt and the bandana is the extremist. Like he's the guy you need to be afraid of." What kind of clown world shit is that?
I don't know.
I'm out of my cocktail now too.
I know, Tank, if you are an extremist, the ladies love it. When she's unvaxxed, or when he's unvaxxed, knows taxation is theft, and wants to show you his gun room.
Oh, damn.
Yes, actually, I have a real concern that some leftist technocrats are creating an Orwellian environment where people are being arbitrarily silenced or banned for saying something the thought police doesn't like.
I mean, yeah.
Excuse me. I keep clearing my throat here. When you haven't gotten that, you may be exposed to harmful extremist content notice, but your friends have. I haven't gotten it, but I don't really use, Facebook. But
yeah,
when I am, me heading to the Facebook extremist meeting.
It's funny because all the like Kid Rock looks like all those dudes that the FBI entrapped into trying to kidnap Whitmer or whatever.
Oh yeah, he looks exactly like what he tries to portray. Here we have, dear brother, I do not spread extremist content. I create it.
This is the one I like.
And disappointment. Well, of course I know him. He's me. I bet you haven't seen this one, though. Right? I ratioed them. And not just the president, but the vice president and the speaker of the house, too. They're like animals, and I ratioed them like animals. I mean, come on, man. It's the freaking memes and stuff. I know people can organize in groups. How about, you show up at the group, and instead of wasting your time with that, take care of the people that are actually doing things like, Antifa, Facebook, FBI. They are proud of the extremist label, and now they've flooded the algorithm with memes. We all know, though. This is what's really going on. DHS warns of white supremacists connected terrorists during 4th of July weekend. Admits there is no specific plot. Hey, gang, let's see who's behind this non-specific white terror plot on the 4th. I will say that anytime there's a holiday like this, they always put out these alerts. It's stupid. There's no evidence that there's anything that's. I don't know of anything that ever has happened.
I did terrorize a case of beer going down
There
the
you
road.
go. I'm sure somewhere someone will go, Bill, you didn't know there's this hate crime in the 4th of July. And it's like, was it a hate crime or was it like some, jerks that ran across somebody that they were bigoted toward and just beat them up in the spur of the moment? Like, was it planned on the 4th or did it just happen? Or maybe they weren't bigoted at all, but the person was disrespectful and then they just whooped their butt or whatever it is. I mean, I have heard of tragic cases in the past, but we're just not seeing the evidence. If there was real evidence of it, other than the hoax hate, it'd be all over the place, right?
Yeah.
I hate the establishment. I hate the establishment. Immigration does not lower wages. Rednecks are not working class.
That's the one. I hate to break it to you guys, but rednecks, all the working class people I know are rednecks.
Right. I made a new friend, real or online right-wing extremist. Online right-wing extremist. But you got to, man. That's how you get dank memes.
Yeah.
It's like joining a dank-looking meme group. Remember, guys, no bullying, transphobia, race. Out of here.
I'm getting out of here.
Yep. No. That's where all the fun's at. On a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a conspiracy theorist are you? Me.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. I'll believe anything at this point. I'm very pliable for conspiracy theories. Yeah,
I know. But regardless of my fondness for them, all I'm really doing is this. I'm just, memes, Luciferian New World Order. That's all. Just dropping them like hand grenades. I mean, maybe I'll be doing some more stuff behind the scenes here. I mean, maybe my book will be something. I don't know. Sir, do you have any family history of mental illness? Half my family thinks Trump was a Christian sent by God and was fighting for the Constitution. The other half thinks Biden's coherent and cares about the working class people.
Well, there you go.
Here, I mean, this is the real choice. Would you like some Jell-O, Tag?
Now, wait a minute. Are you on the Cosby got railroaded side, or are you on the Cosby did it side?
I'm on the both side, as usual in these things. He did get railroaded, from what I understand. They didn't process him right. They do that stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate, the courts usually cover it up, but even in a corporate setting, or if you work for government before, whatever their internal process is, right? There's so many times they commit process crimes and it should be thrown out and people still enforce it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it drives me nuts. And I've seen that, especially with working with inmates. And then with the inmates, they would throw the process crimes out.
Yeah.
But not with the staff. So that really annoyed me. But I don't know, man. I think he probably didn't drug all those women, but it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But I think he's guilty. And
yeah,
you have to have a fair trial.
Osa said they made it sound like he confessed, but from what I read, it sounded to me like he said some girls were coming to my room and I was giving them drugs, like knowingly, like, hey girl, like these are drugs, take them, and they would take them. It didn't sound like to me that he like snuck girls drugs, but who knows at this
Right,
point.
but that's the thing is a lot of those girls, that's probably what it was. They just got drugged and drinks, having fun, partying with him. And then other girls, maybe that's how he got some of the first accusers coming out saying, no, he slipped me something. Because if a girl's not into that, and it's Bill Cosby thinking, well, I can get whomever, and I want, I have power, or I have fame. People underestimate because they see a persona on TV, like the character nature of individuals. So I'm really, even though on occasion I'll be like, yeah, this certain celebrity seems like a cool dude or a decent guy, I don't really like the idea of celebrity worship because you're not seeing a real individual, But I do know what power and corruption bring about.
Yeah, they're talking about in the chat about being a potential predator or whatever. I've known girls that's gotten roofied, and I've known girls that probably didn't get roofied but got so drunk and made some bad decisions that they said later that maybe they got roofied. It can go either way, especially because when this supposed to happen? What, the 90s or something? Wasn't it like
Yeah,
a while
I don't know. I'll
back?
tell you what, though, man. You know what solves all that is not having this this kind of culture driven that way. I'm not trying to say it was the woman's fault either. I'm not making that argument at all. I'm just saying that when you're going in to a powerful man's room privately and having drinks, I don't want to do the dentist, but there's an implication, I mean, there really isn't per se, but when guys get women easily, I would say they think there's certain things that they can do, and it's twisted. But we've seen this with the Me Too movement, with Epstein and all that stuff, or Weinstein, I mean, as well as Epstein. But in any case, we're almost out of here, Tank, on this. So let me run through the last few. It says, I freed Bill Cosby like you asked. Britney. I said free Britney, you jackass. Then we have the Shawshank Redemption 2. What was it, San Montenegro?
Yeah.
And careful there, buddy. You might become a coincidence. Yes, ma'am. Now that I'm free, all drinks are on me, Cosby probably said. But you got to think about it in the corrupt world that we live in, and that, in my opinion, he probably is a bad guy, but he should have gotten off, because I prefer that kind of justice system.
Yeah.
Right? That if they screw up, the powers that be screw up, then you go free regardless. That's how it should be. Otherwise, the government itself enslaves the people, right?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, like I don't know how I feel about it myself. I'm kind of on the fence, but yeah, he definitely got screwed process wise.
Right. And I kind of feel like that it's I don't know. It's like there's a hell portal opening up on Earth or something.
Oh my God. What song is that? That's dope as shit.
I knew you would like that. I've heard it before. I don't know where. Probably somewhere. Probably from my wife or something. You know what? I had one more meme.
Kyle Rittenhouse will get screwed and Chauvin got screwed. God, man. I for a long time I said there's no way they'll ever be able to pin Kyle Rittenhouse, but I don't know, with the way they did Chauvin, they might be able to do it.
So after all that, Tank, I sure could use $1.49 gas and some mean tweets about right now.
Me too.
Yep. Go ahead and play it outro, man. Well, there you go, Tank.
There we go. We made it. We survived another one.
Was that too bad? Hour and a half.
Nah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad.
That was like 100 memes or something. That was 130 memes, I think.
It's a lot of memes.
Holly says male victims aren't victims. Haven't you checked society lately? Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Everyone should go watch. You don't understand these things. Tim's stream last night, maybe not the whole thing, but when they really get into the meat and potatoes, or you just go watch Fresh and Fit. I don't know. I don't really ever watch them guys, but I saw them last night. I gave them a sub because I was like, okay, these guys are spitting out the truths, and they need to be held and known. But I do think that you should seek marriage, of course. But I understand that men have trouble with that. In any case, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this thing Tank wants to talk about.
All right. So yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna go do something real quick. I'll be in listening reach.
Okay. I guess I'm telling the story.
Tell your story, Tank.
So we can't say the name
Once
of the
upon a
drug.
time.
We need to come up with the name. Ivy League. So Ivy League is the name of the drug that we can't actually say. That's what I'm gonna call it. So if anyone's been paying attention to Brett Weinstein, which I don't very often, but he happened to be on Joe Rogan with some scientist guy, and they were talking about Ivy League. It's like, hey, this stuff's looking pretty good, and we're kind of getting shafted on talking about it. Like we keep getting, I think they got demonetized or some other things. Well, anyway, so they do an emergency podcast on Joe Rogan and talk about Ivy League and its benefits and this and that. And then Brett says some stuff on his Twitter that's basically amounts to, look, I'm not saying don't get the vaccine, but there's no reason not to be using this drug too. Even Igor Mectin, that works pretty good. He was basically saying, this is a stopgap. It's like some people don't trust the vaccine, they're not going to take it. So this drug's here, we should use it. It seems to be like all the studies point that it's at least not going to kill you. It's probably going to have a beneficial effect. Well, Claire Lehman, how you say her name? Claire, I'll look it up real quick. Claire Lehman, the chick from Quillette. It's the Australian chick that started Quillette. She's like going completely shit lib on Brett about how he's causing vaccine hesitancy, and how he's just how his new stance is anti-science and dangerous. It's really just internet drama, but I think it's pretty cool internet drama because these are people that used to kind of be on the same side of everything, and now I don't know why she's gone off the deep end. But she has. I'll see if I can find her actual tweet. And she said something really stupid. So Tim Pool got in one of her replies because she was talking about, you can go to Google Scholar right now and search for all these studies. This scholarship is not being suppressed. And Tim Pool was like, well, yeah, but if you mention on YouTube, they'll ban your channel or they'll shut you down. And then she fires back, well, I hate to break it to you guys, but most research is to be done on YouTube, which is such a stupid take that I cannot believe this woman can remember to breathe. No, the research is being done on fucking YouTube. No research being done on YouTube. But the information of research that gets passed to the normal person absolutely fucking comes through YouTube and all kinds of other stuff.
Well, it's all about gatekeeping.
Yeah, and I don't know. She's really, well, okay. She's a woman, so I automatically don't like her that much. But I don't know what's going on with like why she's going down this.
Sam says in the chat, wasn't she a professional journo?
I don't know if she did or not. All I know is she started Quillette, and she was like the, queen of the intellectual dark web or whatever there for a while. So I know she got into a little spat with Bronze Age pervert a couple months ago. It's pretty funny too, but that's a different story. But yeah, she's.
What specifically are you?
I'm sorry. I'm really just bullshitting or bitching about Twitter. I guess I'm just telling the story to say I'm disheartened that someone that is all about free speech and all the normal cues is gonna like becoming a shit lib over this because someone's like, hey, maybe and oh, this is what she shared. Let me see if I can share it real quick.
I believe in you. I believe you can do it.
Let's see if I can do it without doxing myself.
Ooh.
I can. Let me do it this way. Here we go. All right, I can do it without doxing myself now. This isn't her, but she shared this, right? In regards to Brett Weinstein. If doing your own research consists entirely of searching for things on the internet, watching YouTube, it's not research, it's consuming content. And that's the thing. That's why most people, every normie, every person who doesn't have access to, paywall journals are going to do their research. And so to say, well, it's okay if YouTube, takes down what Brett Weinstein says, that's not actually, it's just such a brain dead take to have that I can't fathom how she got here. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's always something. There's always something for somebody that they hit a wall with, and they choose it as a battle often, ignorantly. And I think there's been a lot of that going on lately. It's most of why people argue. Joshua Ham was texting me earlier talking about he was talking to a bunch of libertarians, and I'm like, one of the things that I just texted him back. He's telling me how difficult it was, and I was like, yeah. One of the things that I see is people want to make semantical arguments and like little trite, trivial things, and I'm like, I worry about the principles of what's going on. And the greater ramifications of it all, right?
Right.
And people are just like, I don't know, like, in what situation is more knowledge bad in more people's hands? I don't understand how restricting knowledge in any way, shape, or form actually makes the world better. And I get the argument that there's that one evil person that would do the most evil things from it, but those people already run the government. So what is the other reason other than the government doesn't want me to have the power that it has, or the technocracy, or the gatekeepers, or whomever else? And if she's a journo, does she talk about science? That's her gig?
I don't and that's the other thing, is that she told Brett Weinstein he wasn't qualified to talk about this, basically. And I don't give a fuck if anybody's qualified to talk about it or not. If somebody's got something interesting to say, then I want to hear it. I don't.
He's highly intelligent. And he's a biologist. I'm pretty sure, having his doctorate in it, he's pretty well versed and can understand the literature, I would assume.
Yeah. So what she says here, this is one of the things she put. I'm not gonna read all this. The thing she says, I don't see any evidence of suppression on the data. It looks like, clinicaltrials.gov. One can easily find dozens of studies investigated Ivor Mortis for COVID. Yeah, okay, so Google Scholar isn't suppressing anything, but that doesn't fucking matter. It's the fact that anyone who talks about those studies outside of anywhere but there is getting suppressed. And then she says this right here.
Well,
But
again, just why would you support suppression and the suppression of free speech? Of course, there's the interesting argument about banning certain ideologies. But this is, I don't see what the big deal is about talking about things that you can't even get your hands on anyways, because it's prescription, right? You can't just go
yeah, well,
buy
and
this.
that's the thing that is weird about what she's saying, because all Brett said, and the other thing she said was, oh, we've seen that IVM. I'm not going to say it because we'll get it yanked. But it shows some positive results, but it's not very strong evidence, or the studies aren't very yada 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 whatever. And what Brett has been saying is that it's already been approved for off-label use for 40 years. It's showing no negative side of it. You don't need strong evidence to use it as a stopgap right now, because you don't need super strong random controlled trials for something we already know is safe. So you don't need to, and we've seen that countries are using, India's been using it, Argentina's been using it, Mexico's been using it. So all that combined, it's okay just to try it out now. In his opinion.
India apparently believes it's what's
Yeah.
allowed them to deal so well.
It's not like it's some unheard of drug that no one's ever used before.
Well, and you know what it is? It comes down to that through the Emergency Powers Act and all that stuff, they couldn't have made a vaccine if there was some sort of treatment. And I'm pretty sure that's what the case was. So they couldn't have any really full-on treatment. That was a big part of it. All this is a big, corporate governmental grab. The one thing I feel like the right, or people who are liberty-minded, often don't understand or get wrong, is that we've been in the fascist state for 100 years. It's just not been that bad here. And the left, they don't understand it either. Some of the left do, but they don't understand what fascism is because they think it's capitalism. But then when they describe it, they're just describing what they want, except for they use different words. Like I said, semantics, right? So it's like saying syndicates and corporations are different things. No, they're not. A co-op where everyone owns the business. Guess what? That's a corporation, guys. You just formed a government. But the commies don't understand these basic kind of concepts that even within the group ownership, even on a small level, there's responsibilities to it, like anything where you have rights. So I don't know. It's just crazy to me that any information is being suppressed whatsoever. And of course, doing so dumbs down the society.
Well, it's crazy that she's this adamant about, because so Brett's kind of been doing this thing where he points to what could be. All right, we all here agree, right, that we don't trust any of these big pharma fucks, right? Of course, there's financial interest to keep other treatments out the way because they want. We all believe that. I don't believe that Brett necessarily believes that, but I think he's privy to the idea that could be a possibility, and he said as much. He's like, when you start looking at financial interest, it leads me to doubt. And the fact that there's so much pushback against this drug that is safe to use, even if it doesn't work at all, it's safe to use. It's not going to kill anybody. It leads him to believe that there's some fuckery afoot. And it's just him saying that is enough to send Claire off her rocker, because he's causing vaccine hesitancy. Lots of people are already hesitant for the vaccine. And if there are vaccine hesitancy and you really want, people to get better and not die of COVID or not spread COVID, you would think you'd be for things that are more likely to trust, that has 40 years of, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around her line of thinking on this.
Well, I mean, all of it, man, About the only thing that I was on board with, and I wasn't really on board with it. I was just like, I understand why they would react this way, and it should be okay. Where I missed the mark was I didn't realize they would just be like, "Oh, I'm going to maintain a lockdown," and I explained, having understanding working somewhat inside the system, I understood that no, if there was a huge pandemic, the system could be overwhelmed. So I got that to maybe give some cushion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wouldn't do that as a leader, but I understand the decision. But after that, especially after a month of seeing the way things were, the way they were, it should have been like, oh, let's ease up on some things. Let's do this. Let's do that. But they were getting everything from a centralized playlist, a plan, if you would, coming from very particular voices that were just setting up this new economic system they're trying to implement. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about the whole thing because it literally is something they just rolled out. It was another thing I talked to Josh about earlier. I texted him was like, people don't understand that you live in a slave state. Realize what they just did. Now they're not doing it all rushed at once. The way it appears to me is they're liquidating U.S. assets in order to bolster up China and build China up and whatever else. Notice, guys, if you ever notice where infrastructure gets built, it's kind of organic this way. It's not necessarily nefarious, but infrastructure is always around the cities and the countryside, not so much. So that's where they want to buy everything up at. You're talking about the buying up of homes earlier, the land, right? All these big firms are buying them up, all these companies, these corporations, and the Federal Reserve. Last I looked, it was 27% of all mortgages the Federal Reserve owned right now, which is pretty nutty. So all the world leaders talking about the whole Build Back Better thing, right? And what did Klaus Schwab say? We must take this opportunity. Right when Event 201 happened, right? Right then, this thing was happening in Wuhan. That's a lot of coincidences, this is, right? That's a lot of things to be like, oh, no, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. So, and then we just see gatekeeper after gatekeeper. The first thing I said that I noticed from this, and I really started paying attention, and I really started getting pieces of news and data. The first thing I said was how liberty, or how this showed who was on the side of liberty and who wasn't. It's the first thing I saw. Who was brainwashed and enslaved in their minds and who wasn't. I mean, just by the way people reacted and it freaked out, and especially at this point, because now it's just ridiculous,
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, like, a lot of maybe what bothers me so much about this Quillette chick is that it reeks of this, no, you just need to listen to experts and shut up kind of air to it. And it's like, the vaccine might be perfectly safe, whatever. I mean, I took it, so I hope it's perfectly safe. But what Brett's pointing to is going to make any person who's paying attention be like, well, maybe, there are obviously some financial things here. It seemed like it wasn't that long ago that everyone kind of agreed that no one trusted Big Pharma. And now all of a sudden, we're supposed to take these guys at their word and everything they say. And nothing he said or nothing Brett's saying is very controversial in my eyes. So her such the strong reaction with this whole trust the experts and you're not qualified to talk about this. It just, I mean, like I don't know.
I can trust an expert if I can test the expert.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
End for me, I'm not trusting some nebulous figure on the TV screen or from the mountaintop or in the town square. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not taking everyone's recommendation either. I might make a I would say get to know someone based on someone's recommendation, but I'm not necessarily going to just be like, oh, I'll take your word on it. And that's what we've done.
Mhm.
And it so much so that we boiled it down to, for a large portion of the society, D or R.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
now they're coming around with talking about how this thing's true from the Trump administration. That thing's true. This is true. But we just couldn't see it because we were blinded by Trump. So you were blinded by nothing, actually. And everyone says because Trump was so divisive. And it's like, no, you were divisive toward Trump in your rhetoric, and Trump fired back. He didn't do what the other Republicans did and cower like a little kid. Now,
Even so, how could a dude talking on TV be divisive?
right.
Like, oh, here's this guy saying shit on TV. Like, there's lots of motherfuckers that talk on TV I don't listen to, especially not 100% of what they say. So what's so special about Trump that makes you react in that way? You know what? I think this reminds me of when James Lindsay came out in support of Trump. And pretty much everybody else in his clique was really like, oh, I don't know, James, you probably shouldn't do that. Like, I know we're all about free speech and free thought and stuff, but that's a bridge too far. It kind of has that same kind of feeling. It feels very tribalistic. Like, I just don't know what tribe Claire's trying to belong to here. I guess maybe it is that same tribe, that whole like, oh, only the dullards and rednecks believe that, the vaccine could be unsafe or that this random drug will work. So we're not going to put a lot of faith into that or whatever.
Well, think about how, depending on where you live, you just assume everyone has sort of the same politics, but especially liberals or people in the city, everyone just assumes that that is the proper or right way. And when you talk to them, they have a caricature of an enemy.
Yeah.
Because if you knew them, they would be your friend or at least an acquaintance, and you wouldn't have a caricature. And so they do this thing. And I honestly think this is just left-wing thinking, because I don't think people who are liberty-minded do this. But it's the same thing they do with races and, your sexual identity and whatever else. It's all these things that are supposedly immutable. And I would just say your race is, but not. I mean, whatever we want to call what your race is, your ethnicity, your heritage, I would say your ancestry, that's immutable, right? Sexuality, maybe we can debate, but let's say it is. Let's give them that. It's those things, but it's what's not immutable, like the transgender thing, that's not an immutable thing. That's a choice, right? Like how you approach that is a choice. Now, is that an immutable thing because that person has to have that mentality? Well, that's a question too. Is that some sort of mental illness at the moment? And there are definitely cases of that, so we know that. So I don't know. Like, oh man, I can't even think of what my original point was. Oh, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You brought something to mind. I lost it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's really no point to me bringing up this whole Quillette girl thing. It's kind of pissed me off, and I wanted to vent, I guess, was where I was going with that. But
sure, that's what the show's for.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, we got about 10 more minutes. I could show the video of the deer.
You should show that.
You guys want to see a video of a deer? I'll dox myself.
I think what? There's nothing to dox.
I think I say my name in one of them.
You say your brother's name, I think, and the fourth one.
Let's see if I can find it here. Hold on. Okay, yeah. I'll do this.
By the way, I saw earlier Val gave us a donation over on Entropy.
Oh, thank you, Val.
We'll check over there right now again. Oh, okay. So Sam did, then Val, and then Val gave us a second one. But did Sam give us a second one? This is like show me too. I don't know, Sam. If you didn't mean to donate twice, then let us know, and we'll get you your Irish reparations.
All right, so let me wait. Let me make sure I'm sharing sound here. Hold on. Oh no, I lost it. Hold on, I'll get it back.
Did you figure out how to share the video file?
Yeah, I can share it. I just don't think I clicked the motherfucking sound. Okay, here we go. Window share. It should share audio. Anyway, so I went fishing a couple weeks ago with my brother, and this deer that you see on the video, I've got 4 videos. They're all about 50 seconds apiece. It just watch how it follows us around. It's really ridiculous. I need you to play. Okay, so that was the first one. And then so we get in the water. I thought it might be rabid when I first saw it. I was like, oh shit, that's a rabid deer. So that's one of the reasons why we got in the water and we were fishing. I figured it wouldn't follow us, but it did. It follows in the water too. Did you go fishing a weed farm? No, this place that we fish at, it's a creek close to my house. It's just really grown up. People don't go there very often. Let me see if I can. There's some more here.
You sent me 4, man.
Yeah. I just can't pull up. I can't load them all at the same time. Let me share the next one. Yeah, but I don't know. I've never had a deer do this.
Ooh.
Like, look, I mean, it walks right up to us.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Okay, I got one more. Just kind of followed up.
That was just so dumb. But that's exactly this is. I told him. But he didn't. Just let it go.
Look, it raises his head up here like it's got startled.
So he's not playing the audio for you guys either. Obviously, the rape beside him. They're like talking to him, and
yeah. Oh, you can't hear the audio?
No, are you trying to share it?
I was trying to, but I guess it won't share.
Why aren't you? If you go to share, why aren't you just doing the audio file directly?
I thought I did.
It should do the audio automatically, but
yeah,
whatever.
I thought it did. It wouldn't give me the option, but yeah, I don't know if it wanted food. We didn't have any food on us, and I mean, it eats grass, so it's surrounded by food. I don't know what it would want from us, but yeah. So we were. I've never seen. I've never seen that. I showed this video to a few people, and everyone was pretty like, "Oh my god, I've never seen that before." And then I told the stories to people, and they were very surprised. I told my wife, I'm like, "Hey, look at this! Like, this deer follows." She goes, "Oh yeah, deer do that all the time." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean deer do that all the time?" No, they don't. But where she's from, they do like walk up in her backyard a lot and get pretty close. Like, you kind of have to scare them away. But they've never followed anyone. Like, that deer followed us for 10 minutes. So I don't know. That happened to me though.
Well, there you go. Well, you know what happened to us, Tank? I forgot to mention. YouTube, they took our 300 sub.
Did they?
We're back at $2.99.
Well, fuck them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
they're mean folk.
So yeah, people. I'm sorry. Thane Michael says people do fear deer. So where we were at, we were not near like a park. We were more around places where I feel like they would kill a deer if they saw it. So I don't know. I don't know what I mean. That deer obviously has like it had to have been around people at some point in time. There's no way it just would do that unless I'm just like fucking Snow White and didn't know it.
I think you're one with nature, man.
I guess
You're
so.
one with nature.
It was telling me to mail some bombs, but I didn't. Anyway.
All right. Well, I know we were late and gay, but so is everybody else. But we can get out of here, man, because I'm tired and I gotta eat some food. You know.
All right.
I didn't. I have a 2-week-old downstairs.
Right.
So I'm going to be here though doing the show for you guys. I will say over on All Minus One, I should have Aiden Paladin on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully it'll be just her and I for a good hour or two, however long Aiden can last. And
she can last.
Yeah. We're going to talk about CRT and social engineering and race hucksters.
Are you guys having call-ins?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But probably not. We're just going to talk a lot about CRT and some of the stuff. So,
okay.
Be the first time I've had a guest on over there. So, we'll see how it goes. No memes. Obviously, my content over there is a little bit more serious, a little bit less Fed posty.
A little bit less. For now, it's a little bit less Fed posty.
Yeah. It's all jokes, guys. It's all jokes. I'm not organizing any sort of words you can't say. But you know what? I'm not. I'm very much teaching, to just go move off in peace and we'll start our own societies because this New World Order stuff is crappy. I don't like it. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been the Ends Justify the Memes. And remember, the ends always justify those memes. Play the outro, buddy.